Welcome everyone, Marcelo is my name. I am the niche fragrance collector and I love all things, well, I love all things niche perfumery, but I also love travel. When I was a 19-year-old, I lived in Papua New Guinea for a year. I was doing volunteer work, I was working amongst the community, and I quickly discovered two things in my time within PNG. One was that I discovered that I really love travel and I really love discovering new things. I really love immersing myself within a people, a culture. Since then, I'm not one to travel quickly, so I don't do a checklist of 15 countries in 12 days across Europe. If I'm going to do something, I'll just take my time, to the point I traveled to Rome years ago, and I never walked into the Colosseum until I was there for my third visit in Rome. The first time I just wanted to look at it, but I really wanted to experience the city first before I stepped inside the Colosseum. The second thing that I discovered whilst living in Papua New Guinea is that every area has a smell. I only discovered this after I left PNG. The smell of a green coconut being husked and opened up instantly transports me back to Port Moresby. Have a look at this photo. I had a chance to be taught by the locals how to climb a coconut tree. And so everywhere I went, I mean, there were coconut trees everywhere, I would climb the coconut tree, bring it down, and a local with a machete would bop, 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 open that baby up. The other smell that instantly takes me to PNG is patchouli. And I think this is why I love the smell of patchouli so much. That beautiful mildewy, damp, earth, woody component is just glorious. And it does take me back. It takes me back to that time. When I was in Paris last year, I went to the JOVOY boutique, the mecca of all things niche perfumery, and discovered this brand here, Une Nuit Nomade. Two things that drew me quickly to the brand. One, the word in itself, the sense of being a nomad across the globe. I'm all in. And the second thing was their desire to give a scent to a location drew my interest instantly. They have different regions. In this case here, this is part of the Oman collection, and there are 4 in that fragrance. All 4 are brilliant, by the way. But this one here, Sugar Leather, is the one that I instantly fell in love with upon first spray. At the end of this video, I'll share more about the Une Nuit Nomade full collection and also the ability to actually meet the creators. I've discovered that I love all things leather. So when I saw Sugar Leather, when I saw that it was connected to the sugar dunes in Oman, I'm like, I got to explore this. Let me warn you now, on first spray, you are gonna instantly fall in love. This is a beautiful fragrance. And the reason why I say that, because when I sprayed, I detected that first opening notes, and I'm telling you, they are divine. If you love leather, this is a glorious fragrance. If you're not sure about leather, you're brand new, you want to explore, this is a glorious fragrance. This fragrance celebrates the beautiful region of Al-Khalaf and the sugar dunes. The story behind the fragrance is that you're traveling on a camel caravan. The smell of the leather as you move in your saddle, the smell of food from things that have been prepared for you, and the beautiful sight of all this white, sugary looking sand that is before you. The fragrance interprets all that together. What I love about this fragrance is at the moment you first spray, you get this beautiful spicy, dark plum note that comes through. I'm still in that beautiful opening, that dark plum, which I now discovered is actually prune. So it does have a cinnamon and a prune on that opening. There is a slight detection of this vanilla, but with a very gentle animalic leather in the background. Finally, when it dries down, it goes to a caramel leather. What I love is that all these components are emerging very slowly to that final dry down. Not having been to Oman yet, I can feel a sense of place through this fragrance. The fruits, that dark fruit plum note, the cinnamon, a little spicy components to it, that animalic slight leather also gives it like a heat component. I almost feel like I'm walking through a bazaar. I can feel a sense of the environment that I have around me. I find that this fragrance has beautiful presence, a very confident medium, both in its projection and also sillage. I was wearing it recently. I was probably about 1.5 meters away from my son, and he actually thought that it was an oud fragrance. And this is what I love about the fragrance, that the vanilla components or that sugary caramel doesn't overstep its mark when it comes to the animalic components. There is patchouli in the heart for the woody touch and that slight mildewy, earthy dampness. There is labdanum also in the base along with that leather note. And I feel like those more animalic, more deeper tones of the fragrance gives it that refined profile that we love in a leather fragrance. There's nothing more divine than when you smell a beautiful leather bag or leather jacket. And this fragrance here embodies that. There is a touch of luxury with this particular fragrance. As I mentioned, the sugar, vanilla, caramel never oversteps its mark or never exceeds the animalic component of the fragrance. The name of the fragrance is perfectly balanced. Sugar leather. The entire Une Nuit Nomade collection is super impressive. Have a look at the link that I've placed below. That'll take you straight to their website and also apply free delivery anywhere across the globe. You can also use the code NFC10 to get a further 10% discount. Now, I mentioned earlier that you have an opportunity to actually meet the creators of Une Nuit Nomade. We're doing a champagne evening with them. Have a look at the link below. It'll take you to the KM Fragrance Tour website. You'll see that we're doing a France fragrance tour in September, where you'll also have a chance to meet JOVOY and so many other beautiful French brands along with Une Nuit Nomade. If you've already discovered Une Nuit Nomade and in particular sugar leather, I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks everyone. We'll see you guys all on the next episode.